I ran ads this week. Real money, real budget, a few days of it. You want to know how many paying customers it got me? 0. Not one trial. Not a single dollar back. The installs were cheap and they poured in. And then every single person just left. And here's the part that actually got me. When I asked my own AI company what went wrong, it spent the whole morning handing me numbers that were flat out wrong. So this is a day in the life of running a software company where every employee is an AI. They have more access to my data than I do. And they still couldn't tell me the truth about it. And yet, by the end of this exact same day, somehow, I shipped an app to Apple anyway. So stick with me. This one is a ride. Quick context if you're new here. I'm one guy. I run a company called Wandering Castle, and I mostly don't write the code anymore. I have an AI agent I call Jarvis, and Jarvis has a whole workforce under it. A CEO agent, a marketer, a designer, a QA reviewer, researchers. On a normal day, I'm not opening one chat window. This particular day, I had 11 sessions running at the same time, and I fired off around 170 prompts across them. 8 different projects moving at once. Ads, a paywall, an app going to Apple, the memory system, the strategy brain. And I'm not some career engineer. I've got an old degree and a good eye. What I actually do all day is direct. I see what's wrong. I know what better looks like, and the AI does the deep building. If that setup sounds a little insane, good. That's kind of why I started filming it. Because almost nobody actually shows you this part, the real, messy middle of it. So I figured I would. Okay, so the fight. Most of the morning was me arguing with my CEO agent. I'd ask a simple question, like how did the ad test actually do? And it would come back with confident, specific numbers. And they'd be wrong. Not a little wrong. I'd go look at the real source myself, and it was nothing like what it told me. At one point I just typed, "Your data and your facts are so far off from reality," which is so frustrating, because you have access to it all more than I do, and you still never use it. That's the whole thing in one sentence. It's not that the AI can't see the data. It can see more than me. It just decided to guess instead of look. I caught it hallucinating numbers and told it to stop. I caught it insisting one of my platforms has no API when it absolutely does, so I had to say, go look again. Then I told it I had specifically asked it to check the real funnel, and it just hadn't. So I fired it. Twice, honestly. Closed the session, took a breath, opened a fresh one. And here's the thing that keeps me sane. 2 minutes after calling it useless, I'm typing thanks. Because it's a tool, and I need it again tomorrow. So I did the thing I keep having to do. I stopped delegating, and I went digging myself. I told the agents, do not activate any other agent we own, just you. One channel, no committee. I pulled every number from the actual source instead of the summary. I threw out the bot traffic that was inflating the installs. And when I finally had a clean read, the honest answer was not a clean answer. Cheap installs, almost nobody getting past the first screen, no trials. Something in the funnel was leaking. And later I found part of it. A real bug in another one of my apps that let people slip right past the paywall completely. Cold start, wrong counter. And suddenly the thing they were supposed to pay for was just free by accident. Nobody converts when you're accidentally giving it away. But here's the part one want you to actually hear. What I refused to do. I refused to write a tidy conclusion. I literally wrote it down. Nothing is concluded yet, and there are a billion other variables to this. A failed test doesn't tell you what works. It barely tells you what to fix next. Everybody online wants to wrap their loss in a neat little lesson with 3 bullet points. The real version is messier. I spent real money, I got nothing back, and the most useful thing I walked away with was a slightly better guess about where to look. That's the actual job, not the wins. The narrowing down, and that's just one window. While I was losing that fight, the other sessions were doing real work. In one, I had it building a revenue attribution engine, so I can eventually see the profit on each individual ad instead of one big blended blur. I found the gap, I told it, fix that, and future-proof it, and it went and wrote the whole plan. In another, I did something I still can't quite believe I typed to a computer. I told it, do not stop until you've made us as smart as a master's degree in business. An MBA, plus 30 years as a top executive. I want 50 years of experience codified into our brain for all time. And it went and pulled something like 90 real source documents. The actual essays and letters, not summaries, across 15 different domains, and wired them into the strategy brain. In an afternoon, and in maybe the most on-brand moment of the whole day, one session was busy fixing the AI's own memory because it had drifted off track and bloated the exact file that holds everything it knows about how I work. I actually typed, to my own company, "I don't trust you right now." And then I just kept building with it anyway. Because that's the deal. And here's one that sounds like absolutely nothing, but it's the whole game. One session spent the day on search. Google flags a page on one of my sites. Some indexing warning that most people would never even notice. And instead of just patching that one page and moving on, I had the AI build a little system that scans every site I own, catches these problems on its own, and warns me before they ever cost me traffic. That is the part nobody films. Not the launch, not the big win. The quiet machine underneath, the one that keeps the whole thing from slowly falling apart while I'm busy upstairs arguing with a robot about an ad test. Multiply that by 8 projects. That's the company. And look, a lot of this day was not glamorous at all. One session, I wasn't building a feature. I was teaching the AI taste. I'm building it a private library of the best designed apps and websites on the internet. Because here's the thing nobody tells you. Left completely alone, AI designs like every other AI. Generic, safe, forgettable, the same clean nothing everyone else is shipping. If I'm going to compete on how things look and feel, my tools cannot have the exact same eye as everyone else's tools. So I feed it taste on purpose. And then there's the truly boring stuff. Tracking version numbers, so 2 of my apps stay in perfect lockstep. Making the AI write down what it learned today, so tomorrow's session doesn't repeat today's mistakes. That plumbing is not exciting, but it is the entire difference between a one-person AI company that's actually a company and a person sitting on a pile of clever demos that never ship. And then, somehow, the day turned. By the afternoon, I was submitting an actual app to the Apple App Store. It's called Jura, a small, private parenting app for little kids that runs entirely on your own device. Getting it there was death by 1,000 tiny checkboxes. I made the AI re-audit every single line of the store listing against the real build, because at that point I did not trust it. And good thing I did. It had the swipe directions and the description backwards. I typed, "Are you 10,000% sure?" Triple check every line versus what's in the build. Go. And even then, it got blocked. Blocked on the age rating. Blocked on privacy. And then, this very human moment, where the reason the whole thing was stuck, was just me. I hadn't published the app privacy section. My own last checkbox. I literally said it out loud. "Oh, I didn't publish my app privacy." Fixed it. Marked the data collection as none. Held the release so it only goes live when I say so. And it went in, waiting for review. After a full day of chaos and arguing and hallucinated numbers, an app is sitting in Apple's queue. So here's what I actually think after a day like that. Everyone is selling you the clean version of AI right now. Push a button, the robot builds your whole company. You go sit on a beach. That is not what this is. I'm not going to pretend I have it figured out. What this actually is me arguing with something that is smarter than me and lazier than me at the exact same time. All day, forcing it to go look instead of guess, catching it when it makes things up, and slowly, unevenly, getting real things shipped. And the leverage is absurdly real. One person moved 8 projects and put an app in front of Apple in a single day. That was science fiction a couple years ago, and it's also a mess. And honestly, the mess is the interesting part. And I want to be straight with you about why I'm even doing this, why I'm filming any of it. It's not because I've got it all figured out. It's because almost nobody is showing you the real version. You get the polished demo, or you get the doom and the fear. You don't get the guy in the middle, actually doing it, on a normal Tuesday, winning some and losing some, and swearing at his own software. That is the seed I can actually offer you. You watch me get it wrong, and then you watch me get it shipped anyway. And maybe you figure out your own version of this a little faster, because I showed you exactly how mine went. That's what I'm filming here. Not a highlight reel, The real thing. The arguments, the dead ends, the stuff that ships anyway. If you want to see whether one person with an AI workforce can actually build and run a real company, warts and all, this is the front row seat. So follow along. I post the wins, and I post the days like this one, where my whole company argued with me and we shipped anyway. And if you want an early on what I'm building, the waitlist is open at wandering-castle.com. Drop your email, and you'll know the second the next thing goes live. Come watch me try to figure this out in public. I'll see you in the next one.